Hello, hello, RGL friends, family, everybody out there in the world. My name is Princess Adelie, the Retro Gaming Idol. You might know me as Lyra too. Hi, welcome. This is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past randomizer. This is one of the most iconic randos of all time. You will see this basically everywhere in every way, shape, and form. Thank you for the well wishes and good luck in chat. I much appreciate it. So, before we can actually start this, this has been a wonderful weekend. I'll go on a little bit more as we get ready to lead off, but what I want to talk about is this is RGLove. This is our once yearly marathon for keeping the lights on, as it were, or as Mike put it, keeping the waffles fresh. What it happens is anything you donate during this weekend, including this game here, bits, subs, donos, etc., is going to go towards making bonus games as a thank you, but also it helps us keep the channel going for any sort of necessary parts, any sort of server costs, maintenance, merchandise giveaways, etc. throughout the years. So something just, giving back to you for giving back to us. The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past randomizer. This one's timeless. I had to swap trackers all of a sudden there at the last one, so this isn't the tracker I'm used to using, but we're gonna make do with what we have. So how are you all? I hope you're all doing well. We are going to take a trip back. Let's see, it is now 22 plus years. Not for Zelda 1, or excuse me, Zelda 3. Zelda 3 is from like 91. That's ancient at this point. But I'm talking about this specific musical pack is from 2002. The coolest part about Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past randomizer is the MSU support. Depending on which emulator or etc. you might use, you might be able to get some extra music going that isn't the normal vanilla music to spice things up in your life and keep the game actually interesting. And, well, again, this will be 22 years right here. We'll go in right now and that is extremely loud. Bless. Okay. Oopsie. I didn't actually see that. So this is the Final Fantasy XI MSU. This is 22 years plus of my life. I have been playing since 2002. 2004 in English, but FF11 will always be my favorite Final Fantasy. So we're going to use this to end this wonderful, wonderful marathon we've had all weekend. I am happy you're all here. I am happy to be here. And we're going to have some fun together, just playing the game that everybody enjoys around the world. I'll explain the flags as we go along, so don't you worry. I need to update the tracker here on my end, so because this tracker starts off in a weird default state. I don't remember if I have boots enabled, so I know for a fact I'm getting a sword though. Thank you. I appreciate the wonderful, wonderful appreciation. So yeah, Final Fantasy XI is timeless. That is our name translated. I'm using the Goemon sprite because I am a huge Goemon franchise fan. Very, very silly, very, very traditional Japanese. Fun stuff. Let me put my winter jacket on. I know, winter jacket inside my house, but that's how cold it is in here. I don't run the heater in my house because artificial heat makes me sick, so instead, to warm up, I will wear my winter outfits and such. So, yeah. Let's get all of this beginning before the prelude gets the VOD muted. Anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The prelude is one of the ones that isn't really VOD mutable, but I don't trust it. No. I have to manual track here. I'm used to doing like AP with everybody here through Random Mondays and the syncs. So the thing is with AP and stuff like that, you can use the pop tracker, which is an automatic tracker once you connect it up and everything. This tracker here is not pop tracker, sadly, so this is a very manual thing. Oh, I do have boots. Oh. Okay then. I sometimes forget, like, I haven't used these flags in a while because AP makes you do like a standard start, and this is very custom regular sort of randomizer. Forgive me, I will be going ahead and filling my magic meter here. A cabal of Koholin merchants. How about that? So yeah, 4 trips in here total will get you your full magic meter for later. This is like your one spot to really fill it up, unless you get lucky with a stun prize, which is what happens when you stun an enemy and kill them. But you get to listen to 11's amazing soundtrack, so it's okay. This soundtrack is 100% VOD safe for Twitch and YouTube both. So enjoy it. I do every single time I play. I can't say every single time because I rotate through a lot of packs, but this is my go-to, 100%. I also play FF11 too, if people in the community have seen me do that before. So I haven't done an actual finale in a while. Feels pretty good to be here, as always. Feels good to be keeping everybody nice and comfortable for the rest of the evening as we head on into our regular week of boring real-lifeness. I have a bomb. I am going to use it for escape. I am going to hope I don't press Y button in between now and then. This is Chateau de Oragal, which is the Sandorian, like, palace, more or less. The first song you heard that wasn't the prelude was the song that was from Treasures of Waterhagen, which is one of the suspense building ones from the story. I can name pretty much all of these soundtracks because of how many years I've spent in the game, or at least if I don't remember the name, I know where they come from. For, like, almost everything. The newer expansions, I don't exactly know all that well. I'm still learning them as I go along. I've never finished the story in those, so... What do you got? Goldwoods. That's a fairly useless big key, actually. So we are fully utilizing pots here. This is a standard run, so we have to go through the escape and such like that. So 2 pots to the face will kill him without any sort of problems or slowdown, so I don't even bother with the rest of that. Alright, bomb refill is nice. Don't forget to hydrate. I have plenty of water here, and I finished this orange cream Coke Zero, which isn't too bad. I have been running on an average of about 3 to 4 hours of sleep all weekend, so forgive me if it's like me just bonking into things randomly, because I am extremely tired. Thankfully, I've had caffeine in the past hour, so I am going to at least last for the rest of this. This has been an exciting marathon. Just being able to give back to you guys in every way, shape, and form through every run I've done this weekend, every showcase, everything that everyone else has put together and the staff to actually make this a wonderful event. You can't argue results, and the results are this is a really solid 2025 so far for our events. Jankuary was last month. That was a pretty wild ride. We got to play some really off-the-wall stuff there. That's a bad place to hit idle. And now we have this, and then we have March 10th, aka Do the Mario, coming up in a few weeks. That's going to be really fun too. You'll probably see me during the AP race, or the AP whatever it's going to be. I don't have any runs submitted otherwise, because I flat out don't have time to learn a Mario game right now. Okay, this room generally sucks. You can sometimes get lucky with snakes here, aka ropes. Okay, stop that. I'm looking specifically for bombs, but I think force should be enough. We gotta do the Mario coming up. If you are part of the community and you want to also take part in other events, you can still have your games and game and showcase submissions for Retrothon. Why did I actually do that right there? That's autopilot working the wrong way. Retrothon submissions will be open until the end of the month. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and sign up with whatever you have that you know for a speedrun. Just anything retro inspired, or at least like retro itself, or at the core minimum, like maybe a hack or a homebrew or something. Thank you for tossing the schedule right there. Much appreciated. And you can also look up, I think it's MAR10 for the Do the Mario schedule, and then Retrothon should give you the submissions link if I remember right. I'm not exactly good with chat block commands, so you'll have to try those out for yourself. If you're watching this on YouTube, those commands might work there, but I would definitely recommend at least checking them in Twitch too. I'm just looking for money at this point, because rats are usually pretty good for it. These ones kind of suck though. Usually you clean up your mess that you have from enemy droppings, but enemy droppings are gross sometimes, and you don't want to pick those up. Okay, there is one arrow and one bomb upgrade in the pool. They're both plus 10. I know what my item pool is for the most part. Okay. That's an escape in 8 minutes. Considering I had to do all that extra stuff for farming, that's actually not too bad. Because we have boots, which ironically I move far better without boots than I do with, this opens up a few checks early that we didn't have access to. We could have actually done the escape without bombs like we just did. We can check bonk rocks right here. This is from the Southern Island jungles, which is Utonga and Yoator jungle. This is the city of Bastock right here for the overworld team. Yeah, I know them way too well. Bomb tree is actually kind of nice. Critter is giving love. Critter gives love. Everybody should give love this weekend. Because Valentine's has come and gone. Do I have Sword Cave on? I think I do. If I have Sword Cave on, that means one of these entrances is going to have an extra sword. I don't remember my own flags necessarily, but I definitely remember my own like item pool. That's pretty nice. This right here you'll hear in Mavapolos, which is a underground goblin city near Bastock. So this is definitely adjacent to that city as well. Fire small 1. Fire small keys are fairly important if you decide to go into that jungle. That jungle that is that dungeon. But yeah, you're definitely seeing that I'm used to bootsless movements, so. We're not gonna be seeing anything like crazy shop-wise like we do in the AP seeds that I craft, but that's a Chocobo circuit. That's right, you can race and breed Chocobos in FF11. I've never done it before, but it's really cute, and you should totally try it. Alright, it's our buddy Blind's house. Yeah, he's just gonna let us go ahead and raid his basement. No problem. We need 20 nacho pieces. We need to go the pyramid and then Bonk Ganon. Almost went back upstairs. Autopilot is dangerous, folks. The Thieves Small this early is perfectly fine. I like that. That's one less nightmare I have to worry about doing that dungeon. That's the key you probably want to see the most out of every small key imaginable in the game. It ensures you peace of mind assuming you have the hammer going into Thieves Town. I can definitely recommend at least trying to find that early. Sword upgrade, free. I am very extremely proficient in Master Sword Silverless Ganon, so we have anything past that is gravy, honestly. So I'll need a light source, preferably lamp, for that. If I stop, I'm just having to update my own tracker, because this is not auto-tracking for me. So yeah, how are you doing, chat? Feels like it's been a little bit since we last talked. I know I was here for like 6+ hours last night, but I hope you're all doing fantastic and that this has been a wonderful Valentine's Day weekend for you. Apparently this is also President's Day weekend, which is interesting. It's a bank holiday more or less, which is, for me, not good. I don't like bank holidays at all. Holidays where you can spend with friends and family are great, and that's what a true holiday is. Bank holidays like this only just serve to infuriate and annoy you. But they're more symbolic than anything. Yeah, some fried chicken. It's not wall chicken, but it's fried chicken. Oh, Moon Pearl, I needed that real bad. It feels like every AP I've been in right now for our asyncs, I have been Moon Pearl locked for a long time in each of them, so seeing that early is extremely nice. Vanilla shop. Are you Vanilla Bomb Hut, though? School holiday, wife is off for it. That's fair. Sometimes there's a good like reason for a holiday, you know? Okay, Bomb Hut is vanilla, so we have a place to get bombs back if we need it. Or we can just buy more later when we are flush with money, like we kind of are right now. Be grumpy at work all day, aww. Yeah, I don't get any days off either. We got Random Monday tomorrow in some shape or form. Whether it's me or Weapon. You took tomorrow off? Hell yeah. Boink. So yeah, Random Monday is our usual Monday where we just play randomizers together. It has been more or less Archipelago focused for a while now, but we still do other randomizers too. Hello, Bombos. I am very, like, up to speed on PK Scramble. I ran that earlier in the marathon. That's still good to me. Earthbound AP does not work on my system, unfortunately, so I have to settle for that. More content throughout the week. Ant is bringing up a good point in chat. So, I asked about this earlier. We are officially closing the marathon tonight after this run. But those bonus games that you've been donating through towards the weekend, all throughout, we're going to have those later on too. We'll have more information on our socials, so just go ahead and join the Discord or pay attention to other socials for us. That is a place for that, I guess. But yeah, the name that I use for the file name, that is literally Atori, which is Japanese for Adelaide, so oh. It's canon, and it's the correct spelling of it. I can understand a little bit of spoken Japanese and some minor like hiragana and katakana, but I am definitely not like super well versed in it. Go ahead, Mirror. There's a lot more money in this pool. I don't expect to be like bored on anything for a while. We've got more than enough we need for the entire game now. More baseball stars too. Yeah, pay attention to the socials for that. We'll figure it out later. During or after WOD's Day, that's fair. There's gonna be a lot of fun stuff coming depending on what we got. Can't knows exactly what we're playing in the pool. I don't. I am going to be pleasantly surprised just like the rest of you. Let's see. It's fish saving time. Come here. Use it to my ears. You leave my fish alone. This fishy is gonna get rescued whether you like it or not. Oh my goodness, come here. Winner. Good fishy. Fishy shares love with us too, even though the love fell back into the lake. Because fishes don't have hands to throw things. You know, that's kind of an issue sometimes. I can get more bombs later. Whack. Nuts. Okay, glove upgrade, that's mandatory. That's a decent Molderham cave. Not like super top tier, but it's needed because, you know, glove upgrades. I still have to turn my headphones down, like... I was actually surprised when the audio was like that, but sometimes when I reset the game, my audio on this particular thing is actually like kind of borked, so it'll just automatically amplify itself. There's no explanation behind it, it just does it. Because it wasn't this loud when I first booted this up earlier. Unfortunately, that's all adjusted on our end now, so go ahead and not have ear bleed. That's a second shield. Shields are nice to have, no big deal. If you don't have them, though, hey, bite me! Jerk. Okay. I'm so used to checking things for Old Man Sword Cave, so don't mind me if I'm doing unnecessary checks like that. It's completely out of habit at this point. So Retro Caves is a randomizer setting that will take 5 caves around the world and turn them into 4 take any game caves, like you just saw in Zelda 1 there with Bonnie earlier, where you can go ahead and pick up a potion or a heart container out of them, and one of them will contain a sword upgrade. I don't think that's in the vanilla rando though, I think it's just part of AP for now. It's been a while. I normally don't change my flags too much, so that's why I could be completely mistaken here. But yeah, that is music to your ears, just like Final Fantasy XI is music to my ears. I have been a player as far as time itself in that game. Playing on a server with a bunch of Japanese people definitely helped me learn how to at least try to understand some of their conversation. What did I just get? Oh, it was a heart piece or something. So we've got some checks open to us right now. This is still Light World Loop. This isn't like dungeon diving yet. Because Sundays are dungeon diving with Empty Eye normally, when there's not events going on. And that's every other Sunday, which will be coming up next week. So be excited for that. I know I am. I played a dungeon dive game earlier in the marathon, and that was really fun to me. I had flute right here, so I didn't have to keep doing this walk. move. You can get the fake flipper glitch off of this side right here. It's generally easier to do it from the other side though. Just extra, a little bit of extra space there you can wiggle through. Go on a trip. I'm not checking Ice Island there because apparently I didn't have retro caves, so there's no sense in me checking that this early right now. Wait till later for that. In order to check Waterfall Fairy here, you need Moon Pearl. It has been patched that way for heavens knows how long. It's some sort of race thing or whatever. Because people used to like fake into that all the time. Water walking is a minor glitch. That's tournament legal as well. It saves a lot of time when you're running through here, as long as you don't lose it. You lose it if you touch any sort of grass or anything like that, so be mindful of this little patch right there. Oh, that's close. Alright, you crazy fish, what do you got for me? Nice! Let's do it. That's Dark World access. I didn't see what was on Flipper Ledge, and I quite frankly don't care right now. Alright, so we're gonna go and head on over to smacking the dishes around in my table. Gonna go to Dark World. We have the short way of going through it now. That's probably the nicest that Zora King has actually been to me in many months, honestly. Also, shoutouts to 690 rupees. Nice. So we are heading to Dark World. We have some stuff we can do in Light World. It just makes sense because we can just start going through here and then doing other stuff. Welcome to Geo. This is the music from the Crystal War, aka the campaign, which is one of my favorite things in the game for Final Fantasy XI. This right here is when you get invaded by pirates. Do I have a Skull Small? Oh, I don't. Okay. I don't have a Skull Small, but in this randomizer, you don't need a Skull Small here. You will need one in AP though if you do not want to get soft locked and you're going through that entrance. This is from Treasures of Ottergan also, and this is a very awesome song because that was a very like piratey themed one because it had Corsairs in it. Corsairs were basically like your bards, except they had some minor amounts of offense to them. I didn't see if I had anything relevant out of that. But the soundtrack of 11 is a massive banger. Odd 2. I have this large key. We can go bomb that up. We have Samaria as well, so checking that check on the other side is also. Get used to manual track. Stay with you. This definitely has one of the best soundtracks of all time in the Final Fantasy universe. I will not hear otherwise. We got Nacho number 5. That is not a bad thing at all. 20 nachos will get us out of this mess. I don't know if I have to kill Ganon or not though. Like, there are settings for you killing Ganon once you get 20, or there are settings for just finishing when you get 20. One of the two, we're gonna figure it out later when we get there. Back to campaign music, which is still some of the best music. I didn't get backside, whatever, don't care. Definitely do not care right now. There's far more checks to do than going that side first. Because it feels like you're just going backwards to go get one check and then completely leave again. It's really dumb and I hate it. Sometimes it's the play, most of the time it's not. So I don't want to make it. Rip 69. But for another nacho piece, I will, you know, just mourn it silently instead of actually complaining about it. Do not have the large key here, so this is a very short check. So this music here was from a minigame exclusive to Otter which was known as Pankration. This was their version of Pokemon where they went and you caught the soul plates of something through a camera, and then you would fight the monsters in the arena with each other. Ghosts were really busted, so everybody had to go farm those, and farming those was dangerous back then because the cap was 75 still for levels. You basically couldn't travel on your own unless you were like super hybrid, like ninja or thief or something. I got nothing in here to make this worthwhile so far. This is pretty dead. Yeah, that makes it a little bit better. A lot of the minor money checks have been replaced with larger money checks for the simple fact that I just enjoy collecting money in this game, like some sort of crazy Mrs. Scrooge McDuck. I'm not married yet, but you know what? You never know where things will go in life right now, so I'm not gonna make assumptions. I'm just gonna go with where life takes me. So Front of Thieves was kind of weird. Nothing really special in there. We're doing pretty well for less than 30 minutes into the seed, though. The toenail. The toenail after you ram into, like, a chair with your foot. A stubbed toe does not feel good, let me tell you that right now. Nor does a cramped leg like I've had this weekend already, so... Cramped legs suck. I keep checking this because it's retro caves. Or at least that's what my brain tells me it is, even though it's not. So, force of habit, my apologies. We're gonna check mirror, bumper ledge here. Oh. Funny. Intense greed always pays. That's useful for later. Don't need to go any further though because we don't have mirror. I would not be surprised if my seed ended up being some mirrorless mess like it normally is whenever I roll seeds. Not one bit would that surprise me. I have hammer. I don't ever have a bomb for that. And a refund. Nice. But yeah, just hearing this music while you're battling against the monster hordes of either your factions or your nation's enemies or the demons from the north. That's actually like one of the best parts about playing in that expansion for Wings of the Goddess, which was the, let's see, 4th expansion? Yeah. I do not want to go on Froggo World Tour right now. I'm a bit too busy though. That is from... I remember that song in my head. That one should be from Otter as well. I don't remember where though, it's not really used too often. Oh, that's neat. Hi. Thanks for the free item, I guess. We'll pick up Froggo on our way back on the second loop. I don't want to do it right now. So yeah, this particular sprite I'm using right here is the Goemon sprite, as I mentioned at the beginning of the run. This is also... Hey, Desert Small is nice. This is also similar to the sprites that are in Mamedo no Bakeru, or just Bakeru in English, which is available on Switch and PC. The physical version of Bakeru for English will be out later this month, which I'm excited for, because that's one of my next speedrun projects. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys later this year. It's the spiritual successor to the Goemon franchise. It's really, really good looking. I've played a bit of the Japanese version because I found a card of it at my local retro store. They're in pod. Oh, ugh, gross. I don't want to go into TR for any reason, I thought. I'd rather go climb GT than go into TR. Ew. Hey with you, vile mushroom demon. Well, I guarantee I have TR access. Whenever I get hammer anyways. Literature. I could make a joke about that, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it a little bit cozy tonight. I've had an extremely long weekend with many, many long runs, so I'm just going to keep things nice and comfy tonight. I'll save that humor for another night. Move. Again, that's muscle memory, don't mind. I don't have hammer. Guess who's looking a little bit more interesting now? Brago looks way more interesting now that I don't have hammer to continue that particular pathing. That requires both glove upgrades, as does this. You can tell by the really dark skull instead of just the lighter one. I don't have hammer still, so you know what? This actually just makes more sense to leave now. I was thinking about hammer pegs, it's like, wait, I don't have hammer. Muscle memory is a dangerous, dangerous tool. This is the wedding song, by the way. It's really fitting for where we are in there. I never got married in FF11, but I always wanted to. I just wanted to see the ceremony, or at least like attend one. But those things are generally private functions for people, so I never got the actual chance to go to one. Alright, so we're gonna return our little... They call him Breadsmith, which is kind of funny, because this thing apparently looks like some sort of loaf of French bread. And for some reason, two people need to cook it with a hammer. Thanks for the flaming piece of trash. Much appreciated. So where are we going next? We can actually go loop back around up north and go ahead and grab King's Tomb, because we have both glove upgrades, and boots as well is also mandatory to get into it. I do my best to at least try to be humorous, especially if I'm tired. I am giggly and I laugh at everything. It's both a blessing and a curse. King's Tomb, one item. The dummy boots, got it. Keep forgetting to swap that out with something else. Oh well. Not a large deal at all. So there's only 2 checks up north on Death Mountain, and it's out of logic anyways. I know how to do that dark room just fine, but it just makes more sense to continue going this way instead. We'll go ahead and grab the purple lunchbox and feed the locksmith. It's only one check still, but again, we've been neglecting east side the entire seed, so that's probably where at least the hammer is, I would guess. Because, you know, Zelda Rando likes to screw me over pretty often with a few major items. It's usually Moon Pearl and Light Mirror, though. Those are my two biggest villains. Boots? Casual Boots, you don't have to worry about that, but in regular seeds, yeah, Boots would also be one of my major offenders when it comes to missing items. We have Lunchbox on. Way. While we're going to do the Lunchbox, we can actually start peeking around Desert Palace, which is one of the few times you actually want to go ahead and look through all of this in this particular loop right here. So otherwise you're just like returning and making multiple trips down here for nothing, and this is a large waste of time if you make too many trips down here. Don't do it. Alright, Mr. Rogue, what do you got? Pod 3, okay. So every pod key you get, there's 6 in total, will make your life a ton easier. After 4 or so is when you can start, like, really clearing the dungeon out. Look at that critter go. So 4 plus the large key for pod is usually where people can just clear it safely and not miss too much. Especially if you know how to bomb jump into the big key chest. I do not, so I am more comfortable with 5 keys instead of 4. Because otherwise you keep having to go the teleport right side multiple times. That's a little bit slower than just barreling through the door. First bottle there. That will give us one more check there. It has berry Kool-Aid in it. Tasty. Shops don't seem to be randomized in this seed, so I will have access to berry Kool-Aid a little later. Refills are really good for you, and they have tons of sugar. Oh, baby. At least it's regular sugar and not, like, artificial garbage, unless you get the pre-made stuff. And while you're waiting on this, hydrate. We are well in tempo and ahead of schedule right now for the purposes of where we're at in logic, so took an extra moment to hydrate there because, you know, doing it is a good idea in general. I have small key, what am I doing? Getting shot with a laser, that's what I'm doing. That's pretty much how the phrase goes. Move. This right here is also from Mount Oregon. This is from the town of... what's that town's name? Nashmau, which is the Island of the Dead, has its own town, and that's what that is. The Island of the Dead is where, like, the undead swarm lives with all the cute Lamia chicks and stuff like that. Thieves Big. We have access to that dungeon now entirely. Yeah, snake women are cute. I don't mind even saying that out loud. Fine. Demi-humans need love too. That's my justice. So yeah, Desert Palace, not much to do here. We don't have big key to go finish the dungeon with, so we're just kind of vibing on the lower floor. So. Boing! I call this the shot hook. Everyone knows it as the hook shot. I think it's the shot hook. This sounds cooler, doesn't it? Ooh, this was 100% worth it. I'm supposed to actually drop that. No kidding! It's the most stupid hint imaginable. And besides, it lied. There's multiple in here. You know, I wasn't paying attention to that. but it doesn't matter. I flew right past it, but it didn't even matter in the first place. So you know what? Shrug. There's the woman we're gonna marry eventually, right? These elf ladies are pretty and they last a hell of a lot longer than we do. Long life species. They're in every game nowadays. And they get married multiple times usually because, you know, human partners just die sooner. That's all it is. Alright, so... here's another good hydrate spot. The duck call. Also a good chance to update your tracker if you haven't yet. Alright, so now we have that, we have freedom. Freedom to go make the check of the sick kid. Stealing your lunch money. No, I'm stealing your burrito, apparently. Neat. There goes your last bit of food. Bye, kid. I don't know what he's eating while he's not well. But burritos shouldn't be something you should eat when you're sick, because otherwise you're just like... you're gonna have an awful time. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, so we don't have much to check right now. I've been neglecting East Side for a really long time, but this is starting to become the spot to actually start going in there. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and grab this. This is out of logic as well, but this is easy enough to do. All you do is just wander through here, hit that, go to the right. If you have a sword, this is way easier. Otherwise, you can just kind of use the bats and bonking off of them as your guide. So we want to go down here a little bit, but we don't want to go down too far. And then hold left, and you'll go into the next room while you're going upwards. All you have to do is just zone into this room. You don't have to move into it at all, and you'll grab the old man that's there. It automatically magnetizes to you the moment you touch any part of that doorway. Remember to go down here, so there's a pit right there. And just glide on through, and you can just totally leave, and nothing's gonna bother you except random bats. So the jungle music, that's pretty iconic in Final Fantasy XI, because that's around the time when you meet Mandragoras. Mandragoras are awful things that love to spam sleep on you and hit your tank a whole bunch of times every turn. Mandies are vile abominations of nature, and they should be completely slaughtered for great justice. Also, Fire Rod, that's pretty nice. Fire Rod incentivizes the awful evil that is Turtle Rock, though, and I'm not a fan of that. I will go for that. That is lime Kool-Aid. That is not as good as berry Kool-Aid, but it's actually really useful considering. I didn't even see what's on the top of Spectral Rock. I wasn't even paying attention. Guess we'll figure it out later. No. Not at all. Now run like heck before the Pop Rocks get you. I call them Pop Rocks. They're like the candy. You stick them inside of Diet Coke and they explode when you shake it up. They also punch you in the face. So, you know, don't let them. Just run. Usually taking some sort of damage on that particular screen is inevitable though, so don't be too disheartened if you just get bonked there at all. So, I'm gonna go this way first. I feel a sneeze coming on. Give me a moment. Okay, I was wrong. It's okay to be wrong every once in a while. It feels like it wants to show up and sneeze, but then again it doesn't. It's really awkward and it makes me uncomfortable thinking about it, that just like faking and trying to psych me out, I guess. Swamp Small, not that useful. That, however, is definitely useful. At least for later. It doesn't open Swamp, though, because we need Mirror for that. And Hammer for that matter, also. Unless you want to make the long way around, and most people do not. Oh, that's just a vanilla shop. See, I'm just so used to AP shop checks. Force of habit. It's what happens when you've run this game for way too many years. You just autopilot everything, and it's extremely dangerous sometimes, so just be careful. Alright, we don't have Hera access because we don't have Hammer. Nor do we have the access to go into TR and open that up. So this is the only thing we can really do, is just go into Spiral Cave. Spiral Cave, if you dash around too much, you're likely to get zapped by those things. There's one on each side of it. And they're usually in Pikachu mode. That's why I don't ever dash through here randomly. Okay, buddy. You just, like, literally Gohan dodged right there. That's pretty annoying. Alright, now that we've finished Spiral Cave, we have nothing more we can do over here, so we're gonna go into Dark Side. Dark Death Mountain has a lot of good checks. It also has another item shop if you are someone that plays with retro caves like I do. Also, this is from Dynamis Zarkabard. This is one of the end games from the original expansion, or maybe Zolart or Promathia, one of the three. It's been a while. I'm used to that shop check. But you basically go in there, farm a bunch of monsters, fight the boss, and win loot. That was one of the end games from way back in the day. That was one of my most famous end games, I think. I met my ex-roommate through my Dynamis Link shell. It was kind of funny, we were living in the same state at the time. The pizza plate. Tasty. You can cook on top of this thing, and it'll still stay shiny, even though it's covered in boiling, sticky cheese. Everybody loves melted cheese, you know? It just got that comfort feel to it. This shroom, that's an item check and nothing. Blue mail's nice though. For what it's worth, I don't know how to fake powder, so that's gonna be the end of that shenanigans with the mushroom. While I'm over at Witch Hut dropping this off, I'm gonna go ahead and take a peek at Zora Ledge again because I completely spaced out on it. No major deal. I would normally do this while I'm checking Catfish, but I don't have mirrors still. If I find that in the near future, that would be nice, but I don't think it's gonna be here. It's not there, but Bacon's sword is. Bacon. That makes the Ganon fight a lot easier, which, you know, is perfectly fine. I don't mind a little bit of difficulty nerfing. This means I can't show off my Master Sword Silverless skills this scene, but you've seen it enough in our Random Mondays recently to where you would just know that I can do it on command more or less. I can even do it while the torches are desynced, which that was a awful, awful experience. Never do that. But when you're Master Sword Silverless and you miss the sync on that, and your options are going back and doing phase 1 through 3 again, or doing it desynced, if you have the magic resources, just go ahead and do it. There's no right solution when it comes to that scenario. What is this? Now that I can actually go think about it. Oh, third bottle. Third bottle with a fairy in it. I will come back for that, actually. But that check was made much less annoying by the fact I actually have flippers and the flute both. Okay, so we want to go ahead and go to Dark World again. We have to go topside to go across the east side because we don't have hammers still. That's the Chocobo music for what it's worth. The Chocobo music, like, it's tasty. It's nice and comfy. It's not like Bala da Flamingo or whatever it was from FF9, which was one of the best Chocobo songs of all time. Going that way. But it's still a really good Chocobo song. Just not when you're listening to it for about 20 minutes. Your average Chocobo ride will last about 30, but nowadays we have mounts, so that's not a big deal at all. You just take a regular Chocobo for the actual experience of doing so, and just the retro vibes to it. Okay, buddy. You can calm yourself down with that. Time for a muscle memory check. We're gonna do some stuff really, really weirdly logicked. We're gonna go ahead and check Catfish now and then loop back around downwards. Normally you would save and quit or mirror out of here, but we don't really want to. So we're just gonna do it this way this time. I hear this song so much while I'm doing the war fighting. It's such a banger. This makes you like actually get into the fact you're helping defend your home nation, or if you have free time to go help out someone else's nation. There's the freaking hammer. Thank you. Meowfish is kind today. That opens up a fair bit. You know what the dumb thing is? I actually could go grab that bottle. I forgot I had flippers. Whoopsie. Might do that later. We've got stuff to do now, so don't worry about it as well. I might go grab that when I do the Ice Palace play, which wouldn't surprise me if I need to go do that, unfortunately. I didn't really mention what this song is here earlier. This is the song of the town of Selbina, which is in between the nations of Bastok and Pandoria, the west side of the continent. I like the pirate music. Nowadays, they're not scary at all. Most people can just ignore them without getting aggro or anything. But if you're a newer player and you hear this music while you're on that boat, you're hiding downstairs or you're probably going to get smacked by an undead pirate. It's a fun and interactive experience, and it's a rite of passage, and everyone should do it at least once. So. Okay, buddy, you can calm yourself. Both. Good job. You were the smartest beetle ever. That was actually hilarious. I don't know if I have a good full-throated like laugh at me right now after how much I've been talking all weekend. But I still think that was really funny. I love when Beetle does that. It's so good. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go kill Mothula and then we'll go save quit out of the front check right there so we don't have to do it twice. This is gonna suck right here. Come here. See if I can get the Ballmaster in here. There you go. Conserve mana. We didn't get any refills there, which is unfortunate. Don't you dare. That thing was trying to take the actual torch shot, and that would have actually made me mad. You annoy me. Okay, we've got like no health for this Mothula fight. We might actually have to use our blue pot here. Also, good morning to you, John. Hope you're having a good Monday. I missed. I don't care if I use both. If I need to, anyways. Oh. Wow, this is actually going bad now. No, get away from me. Okay, we're using both. Crappy boss. Hate you. I call this the cat on a treadmill room because it's basically what you are at this point, and this is the most annoying ass room in the game. Dear God, stop hitting me. Oh my God. Die in a fire. What a mess that was. Gross. Also, hydrate. That was a massive waste of resources and almost me having to redo that fight. Gross. Alright, that's the last we can do of this dungeon, thankfully. I don't want to come back in here again. The backside of Skull Woods is usually a giant waste of time, honestly. You only get like 3 checks total, it's just dumb. I'm gonna go buy more Kool-Aid. Actually, what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and go get that bottle from Catfish and check Waterfall Fairy and see if I can just hoard as much money as possible. Because that's what we're doing in this marathon. We're basically raising money to help keep everything going for the next year. So we're hoarding money and it's canon. So if you have anything to spare, we would greatly appreciate a donut here and there, and we will give you some bonus games later on in the week. So something to look forward to right there. Alright, give me that other bottle. Guess I can check what's in here first. I have red mail. Didn't really notice that. Fairy bottles, alright. Sure, let's have another one. That song right there is from Sailing on the Other Boat. When you go into the town of Mahara, which is on the other side of Selbina, on the winter side of the actual country and the continent, that is when you run across that song. And you're going to El Zabi, which is the capital of Oregon. which is that expansion. It is a mostly free trip. There's no pirates or anything that spawn on it. It's just like relaxing. Guess you can just ride around on a boat and fish all day if you really want to. I forgot I already did that. That's muscle memory again. We're actually going down here for those. Oh yeah, you actually have to go around this way. I forgot you just can't dive down the falls right there. Stupid dam. You damn dam. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make your life a little bit easier. I also didn't have to walk that, but I just ended up doing it anyways. I'm gonna decorate your little hut a little bit. And then I'm gonna eat them. Tasty. Thanks for the link, OJ. Appreciate that, buddy. Okay, so that's the end of our usefulness over in this direction of the map. We've been ignoring it for a while now, but I think it's time we finally go around here and start looking through all this mess. I don't have mirror still, so this sucks to do it this way, but it's the way we're gonna have to do it because mirror completely just makes this way easier than it actually is. Okay, where's green? That's vanilla. Huh. Not even randomized. Is this where mirror was? That's my curiosity. Gross. I don't want 2 of those. Ew. There's 4 Turtle Rock keys total. I don't want any of them, but we're stuck with 2 now, so. That further dooms that trip up north. I don't have bow, so I can't finish this dungeon, so we're gonna save quit out of it after we're done with it. Then we'll come back in here later. Buddy, oh friend. Alright, there's a fair bit of treasure in here. Total of 6 checks. And as we just found out, it's the green pendant, so not necessarily complete this necessarily. How many times can you say necessary in a sentence? We're gonna figure it out because I'm sleep deprived. I actually don't have to go this way. I have hookshot. I have the Z shot hook, which makes this check a lot easier. Instead of going to the other room, you just do that. Era large. Alright. That makes that check going up there not too bad, actually. You're orphaning the Tower of Hera small, which is one of the worst small keys in the game, because it forces a minute cutscene on you. Or worse, you actually have to be defensive in that cutscene instead of actually being able to AFK on it. If you mess up the timing on it. Give me that. Intense greed always pays. See? Paid off right there. Highly in crime. That's good to know. Makes the trip actually worth it. Don't have that key. Alright, so this is the easiest of the dark rooms right here. You don't need anything to go through it. This will be the room that actually trips you up right here, though, because there's, like, skeletons in here already. Just flop them. They'll jump away from you. Oh. If you need help, either swing your sword or dash with your boots to make a cloud like that. And that'll give you a location as to what you're doing in there. Move. I don't know why I didn't kill that. I had my sword pointing that direction and everything, and that jelly's like, nah, I'm living. I'm getting chased down by anti-fairies, and I don't really want to deal with that either, so... I just decided to take the hit there instead. Just deal with it. Stop jumping away from me. Jumping Jack Flash. Yeah, this dungeon was kind of pointless. I don't want to go into pod right now. It's just so much running around. I'm gonna go back to overworld stuff, I guess. I didn't mention the end goal of this. The end goal of this is me getting 3 crystals total and going into Ganon's Tower, probably. You can find out what the end goal of your seed is if you go to the pyramid and check the sign that's up near where Ganon would normally pop. Which I'll probably end up doing, because I just don't remember what the heck these flags actually are, besides key sanity. That way... We know there's another nacho piece up on Bumper Ledge if we ever get Cape. So, unique to the 1.0 Japanese ROM for this, or the game itself, you can go ahead and just dash and hammer at the same time. It's really cool, it's fun to do, it works in a lot of places, but this is the place that it's most infamously known for. And the last 3, some people dash through them, I just choose not. More or less the same amount of time. Not TR, not TR, not TR. Okay, cool. Wish I had done that earlier. I'm not going back in Eastern right now. Probably not until I find Mirror. Going back that way nowadays, just to do those 2 checks is just kind of a waste of time, honestly. I actually like this song when I'm in here for the entire dungeon, not for when I'm actually just checking the first 4. Boing. That is the weirdest thing to bonk off of, is a door. Because it's something you would think you could just charge through, and some people totally can. I'm not one of those people. I just bounce off of every single door I charge into when I'm opening it. You were hiding behind the other one? Wow, buddy. Okay, yeah, you're dead for that. That's some stinky stuff right there. Alright, so these grasshoppers are the bane of your existence. They will do 2 hearts of damage to you if you do not have armor upgrades. But fortunately, you can shot hook them in the face and auto kill them. Otherwise, they take a ton of sword hits and it's annoying. Boop, boop, boop. I sing a lot. It's just a trait of mine. It's kind of what happens when you're a mermaid VTuber and you're just like, everybody has that trait where they just defines who they are as a character, and because mermaids tend to sing more often than not, that ended up being a thing of mine, so don't mind the random humming or anything like that. It's just, it's uncontrollable, honestly. I don't have a reaction to it. It's just like automatic almost. But that's just proof of how the music of Final Fantasy XI has changed my life so much for the better that it always stays in my head no matter where I am throughout the day. What, 4? Nice. You can dash with her, by the way, because this lady is actually cool and she can run in heels. How many women do you know can actually do that and not break their heels doing it? She is like super cool and peachy and everything. She's like the coolest maiden around. Who needs Princess Zelda, right? You have this lady who knows how to run in heels. Like, it's so good. It's a defining trait of what you would want in a significant other. But you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna take her with us outside. We're gonna go marry her, I guess, because screw Zelda, right? You don't need to hang out with her. Oh wait, what's going on? You make bad puns and you're a banshee. Okay, yeah, the wedding's off. Screw this. Zelda, where'd you go to? So the cool thing about the Final Fantasy XI, like the music pack for itself, is like each of the boss fights pretty much has a unique battle song to it. That's one of my favorite things about it. So all of those boss fights are actual battle songs. Whether they're like random encounter ones or they're actual like boss fight ones. That's what makes this MSU pack so awesome to play with. Alright, so we cleared out that dungeon. We did hammer pegs. We are... We're still mirrorless, so... I think what we need to go to is we need to go back to Sanctuary. Say hi to the one that isn't going to turn into a freaking undead and kill us. Thanks, beautiful. And let's go ahead and get out of here and move on to the next dungeon. Who needs a mirror? Not me, apparently. Just like the rest of the seeds that I'm used to. So options for going into dungeons at this point. There's a lot of them actually because of the items that we have. I don't have mired big key though, so that kind of rules that out for a bit. And we don't have mirror to go check checkerboard cave. That's kind of disincentivizes that. We have hammer finally, but we don't have mirror, so we can't go into the swamp. You can clear Ice Palace out. I have no keys for it though. That's awkward. That's awkward, and the answer is probably just going to pod instead. The other option is going up to Hera and then like the front part of Turtle Rock, which is also gross. So fun facts, if you want to loop this checker on with the Sahasrara ones, if you have Magic Mirror, what you can do right around here is go ahead and just mirror like right when you're in here, and it'll drop you right around the hut itself. And then you can just PP back into there and grab your monkey and move on, and hopefully not lose it. If you take any damage, the monkey will run away in fear because, you know, you're the invincible superhero. Why would you ever Why would you ever be useful and take damage? It would prove you're immortal, right? Ew, sticky mortals. Disgusting, stinky mortals. Like, ew. Like, monkeys are too cool for us that way, like... That's just how it is, I guess. So there's a lot of checks in here, by the way. This is the dungeon with the general most value to it. That's why there's 6 small keys to it. Hey, look, it paid off already. Neat. It paid off with a really useless big key. I don't have bow. This actually doesn't make sense. This is where autopilot takes you. It takes you in really bad directions sometimes. We have to actually go into the vanilla route, which will burn keys like crazy. Rude. Where is the mirror? I do not know. It drives me crazy. That is so. I didn't have anything else thought of, to be fair. Alright, that's 2 chests. Wait, that's 1 chest. This song is from Wings of the Goddess, if I remember right. There's the middle finger. That's what I was expecting for wasting a key on that. Gross. I've always called this the regular single arrow the middle finger because the game is just being really rude to you instead of giving you an actual check you could use. Like 10 arrows, fine, sure. That's a giant double-handed middle finger right there, but the single one is just the biggest insult to everything ever. Actually, I don't want to flip that. Yeah, you like basically pause buffer that jump right there. I have no clue how it's done, so I don't even bother with it. It's better not to waste time on things you don't know. Hello, Buttersword. Intense greed mode, let's go. Grab all the monies. Whee! And get run down by crazy anti-fairies. I missed a bunch of them. Oh well. So the left one is a little bit weird. It's not fully against the wall right there. It's slightly to the side of it. You gotta like fart cloud your way there. Alright, yeah. There you are. Worth. Collect all the monies. Thank you so much for being with us all weekend, Jason. We really appreciate you and your continued watching service. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you later on for Random Mondays, WADS days, and the bonus games. So this room kind of sucks if you don't have lamp, honestly. You have a bunch of flame-throwing dinosaur things coming at you. This is like one of the least fun dark rooms to be in. But if you get rid of the dinosaurs, it's not that bad. That's one. Ah, red mail. Actual red mail, not just red looking mail. Boop. I'm pretty sure there are torches in here to go through, but I don't need them. I do not have this large key. That leaves us with everything except for Harmless Hellwave, the chest on the right side after Bowlock. Oh yeah, you turned into Super Saiyan, like Goku version right here. Where are we going next? There's nothing that thrills me for checks right now, honestly. Everything has some sort of drawback to it. The drawback to it kills the fun out of doing all of these checks, and this has just been a hard seed in general, in all honesty. I know for a fact we only have like 1 to 2 crystals, so going into GT isn't an option. I guess we can go ahead and check that and then go into Mire and then partial clear it. I really don't like doing that, but that's what it is. That's funny. That's GT3. There's 4 GT keys total. You want 1 plus the big key if you're going to go climb tower. Everything else after that is mostly gravy, but having 2 lets you bypass the stupid mini Bulbasaur room, which is a bane upon my existence. It's kind of funny. So last year we actually played a co-op randomized version of D3 together where we were all synced and running around each other's worlds and stuff like that. We actually ended up soft locking it because we were both climbing tower and both of us grabbed the key that was in Bulbasaur room, and that was the only key we had. It was kind of jank. Like, that was definitely something hopefully the devs got around to fixing. It was a fun little excursion otherwise, though. Ah, yes. This is also Otteringen music because it's nice and mysterious. Money, 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 money. It was a good experience. But until they fix that kind of core issue, that's not an experience I would do again. Hey Deagle, good morning. Here's some FF11 music for you. We haven't got to play in a little while, so I did this for you. Well, and other reasons too, but here we are. Boop. Waste of time and energy, let's go. Weapon cheating and skipping the cannon fight. Oh, was that the one we did where he skipped the fight? That was great. TR3, bros. More incentives to do that dungeon makes me nauseous on the inside. Rick is kept you busy as us. See, that's fair. I definitely know how that feels. I have been sleep deprived all weekend and I have done many runs. So I can definitely relate to you there, friend. Boop. Cutscene side. Gross. That was the first one. I hope you enjoy your time on. I'll log in, like, with you in the near future. We can hang out some more. The good news is you're spending all this magic here, but you're about to get it back when you go upstairs, so. 3 away from finishing. The second time we did multi? Okay. Yeah, that was a while back. I like to say that was like late summer, if I were to guess one. Cutscene chest. Hydrate some more, friends. Stand up too, because it's been an hour and a half. Stretching is good for you. Except for me when your leg cramps up sometimes. That's... Finally an actual hint out of there that's useful. Holy crap. Hope it's not in big key chest. But yeah, Deagle, just DM me whenever you're on, I'll jump on with you. We don't have Meyer big key here, so we can't go that way. We have to go check the side anyway. One other check that's up. There's that anti-fairy under. It's delayed, but it's still annoying. Yeah. That's muscle memory in a nutshell. Come on, mirror, right here. I need it. I need. Yes! Get me out of this dump. And now we're back to normal running around the world because Mirror was blocking a ton of crap. Just like usual with my seeds. One of the most useful items in the game, except for when Checkerboard Cave is a burrito. And it's not so good. What am I doing? Muscle memory, baby. Let's go. We can do Swamp, which is infinitely more interesting than actually going into Ice Cave or any... Ice Cave, Ice Palace or anything like that. Alright, we have to do this a specific way, so we're gonna have to go back up here. We can finally hammer down this right here and get into Dark World that way. We're gonna skip Swamp for a little bit. Still overworld checks on this loop that we skipped earlier because we didn't have hammer. I'm still standing up, by the way. Stretching is a good idea. That's a screen's transition purely to get rid of the crap that's right there. That's not any sort of like thing I was planning on going back to support Swamp for the moment. Yeah, there was a small update in the game. It shouldn't take you too long. It took me 15, 20 minutes. PT4. That doesn't matter all that much. Money! Hoard it all! Woohoo! While we're down here, Bombo's tablet. Worth checking even though nothing came out of it. Because it's right there anyways. Okay, so one of my favorite songs in the game, like of Final Fantasy XI, not just this MSU pack, is coming up. And we'll be doing the whole dungeon too, because we're still looking for 3 more Triforce pieces. So you guys get to enjoy this song with me for a little while. Nice, we got a boot stash out of that. That's pretty rare. Multiplayer Wind Waker. That sounds like fun. But behold the glorious song that is Rala Waterways. Easily one of my favorite tracks in Final Fantasy. I've already cleaned that up for those. It's so chill. I love this song so much. So this is actually underneath one of the cities, and it's part of the Seekers of Adolan expansion. I've never done the endgame content for that. Hey, a bow! This is becoming value pretty darn quick. Rude. There's a lot of new tech that came around while I was gone, including like grabbing that key and then like bombing through this. I don't know that crap, so we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. So, I said move and don't shoot me, thanks. And you can get destroyed just for actually disobeying me like that. And now that we're waiting on that, I can finally sit back down. Now, this is like kind of like a sewer system almost, except it's more water than like sewage water. It's just like an underground network of tunnels and such. It's really interesting. There's a lot down there I haven't explored because I haven't done a lot in that expansion. It's always something I wanted to explore though. Never had the time. This campaign is more fun. But now that I'm done with my Onion Knight quest, I need to just go ahead and start wandering around the world and doing more story stuff. I'll probably do those with you, Deagle, because that's a good way to catch you up. No! At least I don't have TR4. Watch that's in here too. I'm gonna be very, very sad. Hey, buddy. No, you too. So, going around the main room of Swamp Palace here, I highly recommend sticking to a clockwise fashion so you don't forget to ever grab that key and lock yourself out. Because if you lock yourself out, you have to mirror out and leave and reset the whole dungeon. That just costs you like several minutes worth of time, and you don't want that obviously because you're in a speedrun. But yeah, Rala Waterways is one of my favorite songs in Final Fantasy XI and all of Final Fantasy. But I pretty much love anything ice or like water themed out of the Final Fantasy games, so I'm pretty easy to figure out and please. So, money, 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 money. So unlike the other blocks where you can just mirror through and push the blocks out of the way and make them disappear, you cannot do that inside of a dungeon or you will reset yourself at the beginning of the dungeon, and that sucks. I have done that once, I will never do that again. Oh well. Interesting. Well, we're near that, so we can actually go check out. Castle Tower 1, ew. Gross. Game's throwing a lot of trash at us right now. Even though this is a good dungeon for picking up a fair amount of easy, low effort things. And when you have LSS being mandatory, that always brings a smile to my face because nobody ever loves doing it. Gets skipped all the time. At least during the community races. 18. Android 18. Nice. The shot hook will auto kill these little gremlins, and you can just leave that one stuck in the door, I guess. You don't have to touch them to actually take damage. Just kill them with this thing. Now people know how to do like little like tricks like diver down and icebreaker and all that stuff. I'm a very traditional runner of this game. I don't know any of that crap, so I don't do it. I've tried doing icebreaker before, it just doesn't click with me. Never has, and I don't think it ever will. So it's better just to do what you know instead of trying to do a whole bunch of stuff while you're in a race format. Gross! Ew! Nasty. Ew. Well, TR is fully open now, unfortunately. I'm 2 away, but that doesn't make me feel any better, honestly. I'm hoping this isn't dependent. GT big, that doesn't fill me with confidence either. Thanks for the push, buddy. Fun to get over here faster anyways. This is one of the battle songs from Seekers of Adoulin. That's like the most recent random battle music. I really do like this one though. One of the better ones. I know the rest of the song, but I'm not gonna sing the rest of it. Alright, so that's another crystal. Let's get this entry. It looks like that should give us entry to GT if we need to get in there. It is, yeah. So now that we have our entrance to GT, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and grab the island right here because I didn't check it earlier, and then we'll go ahead and warp up there, I guess. Not that I want to go up there, but it's better than going into Ice Palace. I hate going into Ice Palace so much. If you ever end up racing me or anything like that, that is a trick and something you will learn from me, as I do not like going to Ice Palace at all. But it's an ice themed dungeon. Okay, it's nothing. It doesn't matter. Ice Palace sucks. Wait, I don't want to worry. I can go check Pyramid here.